It's just giving me a big long.
We're live.
There we go.
No swearing because this is the early, because this is the children's version.
There's two of you now.
Well, at least I look good. How about I just comment on the whole stream without hearing anything you got to say?
We'll try and put a sign language interpreter on next time.
I can bring one of those.
It's kind of fun. Kind of figure out what is going on.
That would be very cool. I don't think any other live stream.
All right, Spin. Give me some kind of signal.
Some kind of signal.
Without talking. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's a good signal. So I know. I knew you guys could hear me. Now, Spin. Tell me what you think I should do. Should I log out and log in again? Is there any? You guys can all hear each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm using. Okay. So I'm on Android. Obviously the link is working. I'm using. Oh, okay. Let's do this test. Let's see if these.
And now we can't hear him.
Can you hear me now? Give me a sign if you hear me now.
We can hear you.
Get a sign.
You're not even in it.
Oh, okay. Still good. Okay. Good. Okay. So
Can
now,
you hear us?
Wait. Let me just turn down.
D, can you hear us?
Earth to Professor D.
And now he's frozen.
Okay. Now I connected a second Bluetooth device.
Earth to Professor D. Can you hear us?
I'm going to try a different browser.
I like the scenic streetscape behind him.
I like the fact that it's nighttime.
We're not.
He's wearing sunglasses.
We're not live. Are you just waiting for me?
We're live.
Is everything else together? Or are you still sorting stuff out?
We're live.
You're sorting stuff out, right? Anthony's trying to tell me. Okay, just give me a sec. I'll figure it out.
I don't know a hand gesture that easily communicates the idea live.
I mean, usually on like if you're a director, it's just pointing to the person, and that would indicate to them that you're live.
I'm gonna get a piece of paper and draw pictures.
Yeah, we tried that last week. Didn't work out too well.
As Mr. Toyworth is hiding behind the microphone this week.
Oh, what? You missed my smiling face, Spin? Wow.
It's always an interesting experience hearing a disembodied voice. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Excellent.
I have to come up quick with something, so just take stop motion studios for an instance. Take a black picture just covering the thing, and then just draw live.
There you go. And I mean that works. So how is everyone doing this evening?
I just got back from a wedding in New York State. That was fun, and I'm fully recovered finally. Knee deep in my own wedding preparation.
Oh, I hear that.
I am knee deep in storm preparation, considering
hurricane
heading straight for us.
Oh boy!
I thought that second storm wasn't. Those two storms weren't heading for you guys, or not going inland.
The East Coast ones weren't, but now we have one coming from like the bottom of Mexico in the Gulf, and it is literally heading straight for us. It's going to be here Wednesday.
Story about storms. It was a few weeks ago, back on Saturday night. So we walk out, perfect sunset, and then 1 to 2 hours later, it's like 10 o'clock. You walk outside. It looks like 2007 Transformers crash landing. It was so much light blue lightning strikes that was insane. Day after, it turns out I slept through golf ball size hail. Not golf ball size hail, and we were shocked that none of our windows broke. Tree limbs fell, and I walked down to my park, and it was honestly normal. I drive down the alleys, and I didn't even realize that an entire tree uprooted and into the road. Very first ever tree uprooting in our neighborhood,
Crazy.
and it was so crazy.
There he is,
Can you
Alpha
hear us,
Trimery.
Professor? Can you hear us?
I'm just going to be eye candy for the show.
Yeah,
Just
basically.
sit here outside, smoke all the ambiance. I don't need to look. You guys don't have anything to tell me anyway. I'll just hang out with you.
Professor D, man on the streets.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
In fact,
it's fine with us.
I guess we're not live. We're still not live.
No,
We got time to figure this out.
we're live.
We're live.
Oh,
We are live.
So I'm talking. Okay, well, at least I won't swear. Whatever. You guys have fun. I'm going to light a cigarette and I'll think about what I can do next.
I like how we settled on L for live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. All kinds of things. So I guess I should be quiet.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Actually, I'll throw this over to Fear. What news do we have within this week of Transformers that you know of?
Oh gosh. Well, Transformers 1 still hasn't opened in Europe, so if you hear anybody talking about its relative success and or failure, take that with a grain of salt, because it isn't open in half the world yet. So it's more of a public service announcement.
Speaking of, sorry for your courage. Speaking of Transformers 1, when you guys were talking last week and you said there's not a single child in any of the theaters, my movie theater had actually a bunch of kids.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not really
Not
something
last
they're.
week, but a few weeks ago.
I guess it's not really something that Hasbro and the movie studios are really wanting to, try to count as a big budget film if they didn't do like a worldwide release first.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very staggered. Yeah. But that's something to bear in mind when people start talking about like what it's making or not making. Like, it's not open yet. October 15th, I believe, is when it's opening in Europe. So like, it's a while. It'll be a while before that chunk of the world gets to see it.
And it kind of makes me wonder too, because you can always go to some pirating website and just watch somebody with a cam set up in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're across the pond, you can do that. So like, why would they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. The ways of movie executives are mysterious to me.
Very, very, very true.
Yeah, I mean that's about all that I know of. I've been off in my own world doing my own stuff. So news is news to me, most likely right now.
Same here.
It's super busy.
Yeah. Tis the season for that. I mean, I know. Freakenstein. Oh, I love the way these comments pop up. I had about 10 people when I went, 2 kids.
I guess maybe they learned their lesson from the '86 movie. It's not really about the movie making money. It's really about them pushing the merch. Deceptikitty.
And talking about those Transformer 1 toys, actually, I can agree that they're not that bad and they're not that good. I can definitely say I'm buying Sentinel, and I'm praying they give us, for Studio Series, some of the primes. Because judging by how they made this Megatronus Prime such a big deal for Megatron, I have a high suspicion they're going to give us a toy of him. Or somebody out there is going to make a custom.
It is known that next year's, like the next toy line, once Legacy is done, it's going to be about the 13 primes. Yeah. So presumably we will see these guys released there. I don't know if they'll literally be the movie ones, or just ones that are kind of similar to the movie ones, but we're about to see them all show up. So them popping up in this movie is like synergy for that.
Yeah, and especially how well they did them, I really, really like. I really especially like Megatronus for how he actually fights in the scenes. Though it's just messed up how Sentinel had to kill him. And now I can definitely see why everybody hates him now again.
Yeah. Remember, one of my friends saw it, and the first thing he texted me was "Megatron is right." No context.
Yeah. Send Megatron. Send a video of Megatron splitting in half Sentinel to one of your friends and say nothing. That's what you should do.
As Deceptikitty was saying to one of our earlier comments, in terms of people just watching it through the bootlegs, he says the amount of colors and details don't nearly come through on bootlegs anymore.
Oh yeah, but if you're, well, actually, no. I've got a few questionable sites that, as long as it's not just a cam in the theater, I think. Well, it's one of two things. It's either the cam in the theater or it's a rip off a really early digital release.
Yeah, that's true. Because I remember years ago that yeah, there would be a lot of like the bad camera versions, but now it's they're really just finding the digital release and putting it out there. And Frankenstein says I just got this in self-transforming Megatron, so I'm good for Megatron for now.
Oh, lovely.
Just a note of what's going on here. Spin, we can barely hear you. Impactor, I can hear you chewing. So
Right.
do some things with some volumes here, gentlemen.
Yeah, your mic is still screaming, Impactor. It's just I've got
Yeah,
my
you got a lot of
I've got my
background
earphones-
noise.
Me?
I got my earphones
Yeah.
turned down.
It can't be me, and my
I-
mic's muted.
Your mic is not muted.
Now it's muted.
Now it's muted.
Now it's muted.
And now Spin's louder. Yeah, we gotta get
How
Impact to
about
do
now?
something about his volumes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
I
inevitable
still
growing
have
pains
not-
that come with a new platform.
This is true.
I still haven't found any of the Transformers ones that actually transform, but I'm trying to find this one I found this week, and now you can get them in the robot form and you can get them in alt mode, but they still don't do both in one.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of things.
I said non-transforming Transformers, that the only ones that are in this room are ones that were given to me.
Yeah.
This is the only Transformers One character that you can say
Dude.
accurately looks.
Impact. Do you know how to whisper? Use an inside voice. I know that that's probably your normal speaking voice, but you are blowing our ears out, man.
Literally.
Calm down just a little bit. I know you're excited. Just lower your own to see how I am lowering my voice. Lower your voice a little bit, please. Because if we turn it down to where you're not blowing our ears out, we can't hear anybody else. Okay? Thank you. Now go on with the point you were making.
Braun right here is the only closest one you got for Transformers 1 accuracy right here. Since he actually does appear in the movie and looks something similar to this.
Does he transform?
Yes! It's the
okay.
Bumblebee movie one.
Oh, it's
And
the Bumblebee movie one. Okay.
Like, it's the closest one we have because his concept design, well, his design in the movie does appear. And this is, like, the closest we have.
By the way, Impactor, thank you. Much better. My
Yes,
ears, thank you.
A lot better.
Sorry again.
No biggie. No way of knowing with the new platform.
Did we lose Anthony?
Okay, that's not good.
He'll be back in a moment, I believe.
We're losing people left and right. We first lost, who was it? Professor D. And then we lost... Who else? I'm forgetting now. Also, may I share one of my finds that I've been doing in my room?
Finds that you've been doing?
I've been repairing a bunch of my old Transformers, and well, it's a shock to me the ones I have.
Oh, okay.
And well, you can get a small view of this.
That's kind of cool. We can private message each other individually. Ben, I just sent you a link to the one that has the tank mode. Yeah, it was that Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh, cool.
It's about halfway down the page. And man, if they can make his Transformer look like that, I will buy it.
Oh, I see it.
Are the blades spinning? Oh, cool.
This is 2007. I forget what toy line it is. It's the Allspark Power Line Incinerator. So right here, you push this down, and then, well, it spins. A gimmicky.
I can hear the spring going. Yeah.
It's a very old toy. I got him from my aunt from the Salvation Army. My aunt would go to Salvation Army and get me Transformers. And well, she got me this big bag of like old 2007 Transformers. And while Incinerator here was complete, it's just right now I'm still searching for his window. That's the only other thing I'm missing.
Very old, huh?
And unfortunately, with my childhood me, I was spinning this so hard, basically, it was making a ratcheting noise, and I unfortunately broke it.
Magnus
Are
is
you
dead.
okay, Mr. Magnus?
Oh, it's an elder thing. It's an elder thing.
And and so, unfortunately, the string broke. Well, there's stem lock. So, unfortunately, we can hear you loud and clear. And so, unfortunately,
We also can count your nose hairs.
And so I did some repairing and tried to realign the rope with it, but unfortunately I could not. So I shortened it. So now whenever I go up and down, it actually spins very fast and well. It's very hard to see, but like you were here in person, you'd see very well.
Cool. Now I should see if I can.
And the only one I've
Can you
ever
hear us?
That Magnus is set.
Testing.
the only transformer I've ever had with clear light piping.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
There he goes.
Now, this is a non-transforming. This is a figure. It's like the Reds, the Transformers Reds.
I ain't got $60.
Yeah, it looks pretty movie accurate.
Yeah, I like that triple barrel cannon. Now, Spin, if you can go back a page of this and go down about, I think it's about 3 below him. There's that tank mode. And again, this is just a tank. It doesn't transform.
Maybe a new marketing strategy from Hasbro to sell you 2 toys for even when you only need 1.
These are Way Studios.
How do I comment?
Now, 3-0 is making the other ones, the ones that are just the robot form.
And it's funny because, like, there's sort of a precedent for some non-transforming robots here because it's a big part of the story that a big chunk of the cast are stuck in robot mode. But just selling the vehicles like that is much stranger. By the way, I got another blokey. Gonna pop it open.
Let's see who it is this time.
Yeah, let's see who it is and hope it isn't a double.
So who you've gone Thundercracker and Jazz, correct?
Yeah, Thundercracker and Jazz.
And how many are on the bag of the box?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But one of them is rare, so.
Let's see. Do you get the rare one out of nowhere?
Yeah, we got you.
I have no idea.
Oh, I got popped up, eh? So we always have 2 bags here, and I have to pop open one of the bags and see what the parts are. What are we looking at? Considering I found a purple foot, I'm going to guess I got Skywarp.
That could be a chance, or that could be a rare one. You never know.
Yeah. See, when I opened my first one...
There we go.
We need wings. That's the only way I think we can tell.
Oh yeah, this is Skywarp. Look at these purple fists.
Mute stage.
We're not sure yet. We need The wings. The wings are the only telltale sign. Because for all we know, this could be like the rare one.
Alright, I'll try and find some wings.
That sounds like you're trying to find actual chicken wings when you said that.
What's wrong with that? I want some chicken wings.
I don't like chicken wings unless they don't have bone.
Yeah. Oh, that's Skywarp.
That's
I can
okay.
tell 'cause I found his chest.
That's one way of telling everybody you use the girls' bathroom. That's cool.
There we go. Skywarp.
Well, now you have at least the brothers. You need Starscream next. Do they have Starscream on the list?
Not in this first wave, which is weird. They did Skywarp and Thundercracker, but not Starscream.
Well, that's cool at least.
Guess they're saving them for later. Alright, so while we commiserate, I will build this really quickly because at this point I'm really familiar with the song and dance of how these things work. Yeah, they are doing TF1 blokies, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of the ones that they're going to be doing are the non-transforming, like the characters from the movie before they get their transformation cogs. So it makes sense as a way to release them, and they're even portrayed as a bit shorter in the movie compared to the people after they get their cogs. So I think these might even scale correctly too.
And which would be cool because I might try and get some of those. I've been seeing how they're being popular.
Yeah. Everybody and their mother who's on Transformers Internet is already talking about these. There we go. There's a little pog thing that says who it is. Yeah, no. I mean, I get why these are popular. They pretty much hit the right balance. They're like not terribly pricey. They don't take too long to build. You don't need like clippers or paint or anything. You just fit them together nice and quickly.
Well, what
Deceptiki and Richard are now here. That's great.
Hello.
We have a full deck now. So
Okay.
we have Deceptiki and Richard who replace Stembot. Sorry.
Back away from your microphone. Back away from your microphone.
I don't have a microphone. I don't have a microphone.
Yeah, this is a sick new environment.
Yeah,
We can hear Kitty. Richard, can we hear you?
Testing. Hello.
Yep,
All
we got you.
right.
Oh no, Anthony's box opening is rather loud since you're on
Is
a
it?
different microphone. Yes.
Yeah, because you're not using the right mic. Yeah.
Switch to your headset, Anthony.
Can't.
I'll give it a shot, but I don't think anybody can hear me if I switch to my headset. But let's give it a go.
It might be directional. Like that thing probably has to be pointing right at your mouth. Like there's probably a little hole in there.
His face.
No,
We cannot hear you.
Switch back to the other mic.
You got ace.
No, I can't hear you. Sweet, yeah, I just got this one too. Yeah, I saw this in Toys R Us, and I had to pick this one up.
Wait, you still have Toys R Us?
Yeah, we
yes,
saw it.
the flappy heads still have Toys R Us.
You're lucky.
Sorry, I had to pick this one up because there's like a Matrix gimmick in this one, and I want to put it in there to see. If
Toys R
my
Us still
Matrix-
have the massive amount of Transformers there.
It's sad. It's sad. I'll post it on Discord. It's a sad collection, but we do have an extra Transformers 1 display, and I was there today and I found an Alpha Trion with its head taken off. Unfortunately, I gave it to the front to say, "Look, you can't sell this to some kid. They can't get this as a gift and be
that's
like,
a big
what?"
problem.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty mean.
This
Hey,
is like
James.
the LeBron James problem. So when the LeBron James was returning to the new Looney Tunes thing, everybody was removing his head off all the toys, and they had to put him inside the glass shelf. That's what I'm thinking is going to have to happen next to Transformers.
I'll open this from the bottom here.
Let me catch up on the comments and catch up on you guys. So in the background, let's see. Who is RJE will say with a nose hair attack? Isn't this a Transformer name? Oh wait, that's Crosshairs. Another comment of his. I heard there's also a pitch to make a figure of Optimus Prime in his tank mode that appeared in the Marvel Transformers comics issue 1. It's funny you see a tank with his rifle on top.
That would be interesting because it's such like vague, sketchy comic book art that there's room for them to interpret that drawing like a lot of different ways.
Okay.
Speaking of Optimus, I'm hoping I'm gonna put this on my Christmas list. I'm hoping to try and get an 86 Optimus because my Earthrise, the myth, the legend, 86, my Earthrise Optimus Prime is unfortunately starting to have paint chipping.
Ooh. What's chipping
Mainly
off on him?
Battle mask, back of the head, like mainly the antennas and his hands. It's all that chrome blue.
I was feeling. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
I was going to say, well, the first Americans are starting to get their Studio Series 86 Optimuses, so, now's the time to find them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw that too. Hey, well, happy birthday, Anthony, by the way.
Oh, yeah, right. That was,
Happy birthday.
God, when was that? 2 days ago? Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
I didn't really...
There is that talk about bringing back the plastic screens.
Another cycle around the sun.
Yeah. I didn't really do anything because I was getting ready for the American wedding and doing my own wedding, and... I don't know. It was very low key this year.
Right on.
There's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. So
totally, I think that's the best kind of birthday.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of us have birthdays here right soon, don't we? Right? I mean,
yeah.
I remember last
January
time
13th is for me.
I remember the last time going around, everyone. I remember there was a couple of people, but within the month.
Yeah, mine was a couple of weeks
January
ago.
13th is for me, and I can't wait for that because I'll be able to go on my shopping spree at Walmart.
Now, Kitty, you share a birthday with my oldest sister.
Get out! September 25th is a great day.
Yep.
Now, who is Michael Watkins? I feel like I should know who that is.
Is /6612 says I had an awesome day, met Michael Watkins, and he told me a lot of stories and let me read a not yet greenlit, may never be greenlit Transformers series draft. And it said I'm told I'm not allowed to talk about it really though, sadly.
Can you tell us who this Michael Watkins is? Because I'm Googling him and he's like a business author, so it's probably a different guy.
It's funny when you Google someone and it's like, everyone you're looking for, every person you're looking for doesn't show up, but a ton of other people show up.
Get down.
Yeah, we had a little Comic-Con in Owensboro this weekend, and I was looking through the voice actors, and I didn't recognize any of them. I was trying to Google a few of them to see if they would happen to be Transformers voice actors, even though they weren't known for that. They just did a little something here or there. And yeah, whenever they're a small voice actor and they've got a common name like Smith,
yeah,
that's a sumbitch. Let me tell you something. There was like 19 Jonah, whatever this guy's name was, and I was like, voice actor. And now I got like 35. Well, okay, I'm not gonna know what he did.
Yeah, that's the thing. I had that problem when I was searching for all the G1 voice actors that I had no clue who were alive or dead, in which I now discovered that Prowl's voice actor / Sideswipes is still alive.
Michael
My
Bell.
dad said my dad said that he died in like 2014.
Well, let's be glad he didn't, because I'm still looking for his autograph.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there at the Baltimore Comic-Con?
Oh God, that is to hell and gone for me. No, that's way too far.
Well, I'm excited. I can't
says
wait
we
to
should
get
know
Pierre
him.
Cohen sign stuff. I can't wait to have Pierre Cohen sign Prime and Frank Welker sign Megatron. That's what I'm excited for.
Unfortunately, we just heard some news though. Peter Cullen is not actually going to be able to attend the TFCon. I'm sorry, I had to be the one to tell you. It was announced like yesterday. He said he couldn't make it there. He didn't specify why, but as far as we know, Frank Welker will still be there.
Oh, that's too well, maybe then Prowl could be the replacement. Find Sideswipe or Prowl from Transformers Prime. Wait, Sideswipe doesn't exist, so I'll have to find Prowl.
Magnus, you said you had that little Comic-Con locally there. Was it? Let me ask you if the same thing's happening up there as happening down here, because down here we're having those little Comic-Con things, but they're more like anime cons, and they're more like cons that are structured around new anime. That's stuff that I've never even heard of before. Was it like that, or was it a traditional type of con?
No, no, it was good. I mean, they had a cosplay and everything, a big cosplay competition. They had a live band there tonight for closing ceremonies. But the vendors booth had like, from a buddy of mine, he told me they had like 6 vendors, and there was quite a list of voice actors. Like they had all almost the entire cast of the oh god, what are I don't care for them, the movies, but Clerks, the Clerks
Oh,
movies.
nice.
Oh,
Chase
really?
and Amy and
Jay and
all of
Silent
them.
Bob?
Yeah. Well, Silent Bob wasn't there, but Jay and all the girl and like 3 others from those were there.
Oh,
That's
Uh,
cool.
that's really cool.
all the voice actors were from Dragon Ball Z,
Oh, nice.
which is another anime that I don't follow. That's why I was looking up the names, because this one guy had, picture of all the things he did on there like that, and I was like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. There's no Transformers in there, but let's see if maybe he did do one. And that I looked his name up, and of course there's 250 of his name in Google. And then I did it on voice acting and got 135. Yeah. um, the Saber Guild in Owensboro had a big booth set up over there, and they were doing pictures. They had cloaks and stuff for people in lightsabers, so they could pose with a big Star Wars panorama behind them. I'm trying to think what else was out there. Like I said, it was a good small city con, but it was nothing that I would spend my money on. And a friend of mine, she's also involved with OMG Con. She was there running their game room for them. She had video games and board games set up for people to play. And I talked to her, and she was like, "Yeah, it's nothing. This is just keeping our name circulating in the off cities." Like, I was like,
Can
"I
you
get
guys hear
that, I
me?
get that."
Yep.
And
Well,
yeah,
where on earth am I? I disappeared from my screen.
yeah, it's just me, Toy Warp, Deceptikitty, Fear, and Richard. The rest of y'all, y'all just be quiet. It's our
Sorry.
show now.
Oh, there we appear now.
We've just been.
I was confused.
Soon we'll find the ideal Brady Bunch configuration.
Yep.
Also, Decepticity, I saw how
But
you put the
the
Matrix inside Bumblebee, and I've already done that idea too, except I have, unfortunately, the loosey-goosey Earthrise Optimus Matrix.
What's awesome is this is the Matrix I designed like in 2018 or something like that.
Oh,
And
that's
it-
your 3D printed one.
Oh, nice.
That's my 3D printed
that
one.
works.
Bitch, look
Make
at
Bumble,
that.
make a Decepticity, have you ever made customs, like
Yes,
custom
oh.
painted Transformers?
Yeah.
Try and rip off the head of this A6 Bumblebee and take maybe, let's just say Jaxus's body torso and make him a Prime.
What I'm actually planning on doing with this one is there's a lot of color variations between the yellow. Like you can even clearly see on this poor camera
Yeah.
that on there it's different than there, and like there's different yellow plastic than elsewhere. Like for the joints, I think they use a different type of plastic than the shell. So I'm just gonna actually do what Lactoys does, and I'm gonna airbrush this whole thing. I might actually do even like a cell shaded thing, because this is a really cool looking Bumblebee. I really like this style.
Well, I mean,
of
there
this
hasn't. I
Bumblebee.
haven't seen a cell shaded Bumblebee yet, so that might be a cool idea.
Yeah. I've heard tell that yellow is the hardest color to color match on action figures, so that's often why it looks so mismatched.
Yeah, and also if you're painting yellow, like you have to do many coats, and like obviously if you're gonna do it over black, like you really kind of have to go overboard with the coats, and it didn't turn out good.
Okay, so I just brought it up. They haven't taken the page down yet. So Billy West was there, Brian
Futurama guy.
O'Halloran, Damian Clark, Dan Nitro Clark, David Della Rocca, Greg Baldwin, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jason Font, Jay Muse, John Marks, Josh Keaton, Kellen Lutz, Kyle Herbert, Lori Fetrick, Marilyn Gigliotti, Michael Coupon, Patrick Duffy, and Troy Duffy. Because there's a bunch of wrestlers. We got looks like horror movies. This was the Lori Fetrick was an American Gladiator, a female American
Oh,
Gladiator.
cool.
Yeah, I recognize a portion of those names.
There were none of the names that I knew. I know who Jake the Snake Roberts is, and that's about it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's it.
And then, of course, Billy West. That's the voice of Fry from
Futurama. Yeah.
Futurama. But other than that, I didn't know any of them.
That's actually
Dan,
quite a list.
Dan
For a
Clark.
For a smaller con, that's quite a list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan Clark is Nitro from American Gladiators.
Cool.
He was on there for a long time.
Ask who is
Jason Font is a Red Power Ranger. And where was the... Oh, okay, comic creators. I knew there was some more. Here's another page. Bob Hall, Frank Fosco, Kyle Starks, Michael Watkins, Rico Renzi, Robert Lamb. That's who I looked up, and there was like 1,000 of him.
See, this is why, like, if you're a member of the Screen Actors Guild, you like can't have the same name as somebody else in a Screen Actors Guild. That's why so many A-list actors go by like slightly different names from their like actual names, specifically to stop that from happening.
Michael Keaton is actually going back to his original name.
Yeah,
Michael Douglas, I think.
Yeah, because he was Michael Douglas. That's his actual name. But they were like, we already got one of those, so you have to change it.
Also, quick question: who should I? So for me and my dad, if we instead replace Optimus, since he will not unfortunately be there, and while the guy who voices Prowl voices Sideswipe, who should I go for? Should I either get a Prowl or a Sideswipe this time? I asked my dad that same question.
Are you gonna get G1s?
Not G1s. We're gonna find our favorite figure or comic book. My dad mainly is getting the comic books. I'm going for the figures.
I would think it'd be kind of silly to have him sign a figure from a line that he didn't voice that character.
Right.
Well, wait, right? You got a point.
The box for my Metroplex is autographed. Ooh. And it took me forever to find out who it was.
Yeah, who is it?
Yes, tell us.
No one. It's no one. It was a guest artist at a con, and this guy bought this Metroplex. And I actually found out he's not a nobody, but he did some inking in I want to say Death's Head, but that's not Death's Head. Ghost Rider. He did some inking in Ghost Rider, and then he was at a convention, and this guy had bought this Metroplex in the box, and the guy was like, "Oh, dude, you ought to let me sign that box. I'll sign it for free." And so he signed it. Of course, when I bought it, it got here, and I was like, "There's a signature on this," and I couldn't figure out whose signature it was. And it took me like a year and a half to find out who it was, and it was this inker from Marvel Comics. And he's nobody. He worked there for like 6 months. But I've got his signature on the box of my Metroplex.
Very cool, Mr. Magnus. Very cool. Also,
no, it's not. No, it's not, because now my Metroplex box is damaged. No, but, that's for real. Ask Toy Warp. If somebody had signed a Metroplex box that had nothing to do with Transformers or Metroplex, would you consider that box damaged?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, now you saying that way, I'd consider it too.
Exactly.
Why would the dude do that?
Well, we'll never know.
Where was this signed? At like a Transformers convention or just like a regular convention?
No, just like what this thing here was. It was a Comic Con and.
Oh, okay, yeah, this one. Yeah,
Toy and comic convention.
Right on.
Like, I could maybe see it if like he was one of the artists that did like the box art or something, because that would be like worth putting a signature on, I think. But
and also, For a slight not Transformer thing, I'm working on a bunch of my Lego customs. I'm trying to make my own Transformer customs at the moment, but these are my Lego, unfortunately, Skibbity Toilet Titans that I've been building. They're the size of like Voyagers and Transformers. And I'm right now trying to build an Optimus followed by a Bumblebee and Ratchet. Because I have the knockoff Transformer Creo parts, and I have all of the Autobots for the most part. If I'm correct, I have all of them except for Ironhide. And I've been trying to build my own designs of them in Lego.
If they're smaller than the gigantic official ones, then you'll have won, I think.
They won't be smaller. They're gonna be at least. I'm gonna try and like scale them at their right size, and I'm going to try and make them transformable because that's what Creo tried to do and actually did somewhat of a good job.
Huh. One Transformer past or present you would want for your birthday. Like, how is the sky the limit here? Well, you did say Sky, Gary, and Grandis.
Fortress Maximus.
Yeah, like G1 Fortress Maximus, sure. Not the new one, like the old one. They reissued it a few years ago. It exists. Yeah, give me one of those. Because how else would I ever get one other than some sort of insane wish?
Well, actually, I've noticed the prices of them have come down. They went kind of crazy a couple of years ago, but yeah, I've noticed the prices of them coming back down. I just have to do more research on like his parts list and make sure everything's complete before I actually dive in and buy one.
Yeah,
because I don't know anything about it.
That toy guy has a G1 of them.
In the 2000s, no, the 2010s, I think, there was an Encore version, so there is new ones out there floating around.
That toy guy did a video on his Buy, the website called Buy, and he was able to get for the most part, if I'm correct, mostly complete Fortress Maximus from G1, if I'm correct.
And James Tony says, I heard that info from Protoman from TF Slag podcast about Peter Cullen's cancellation. And
I'm going to check that on the website.
6612 said, Michael Watkins told me they were basically trying to get Peter Cullen to do a Passover to bow out on the rule, and he denied.
What, with Transformers 1? Huh? I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with him canceling an appearance at a convention, but I mean, maybe somebody can ask him about that at some point.
Well, let's just hope that he, canceled for reasons that aren't tied to his health.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it says, greetings to all. Greetings, Leanne. James also said Billy West is also the voice of Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy, the show, you idiot.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense.
Well, that was up there, but I don't know what a Ren and Stimpy is, so.
Oh, it's a popular gross-out cartoon from the 90s.
Oh, I'm surprised I don't know what that is then.
I'm surprised too.
Yeah, I just checked the website for TFCon. Yeah, he has been removed. His thing is no longer there.
Whoa, we're hearing old audio.
Yes, we are hearing old audio.
There's a G1 Sea Spray. Or no, that's a G2 Sea Spray. Is that G1 or G2?
This is a G2 Sea Spray. This is my reveal for the week, and I got a little story to go along with them.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
he's
got the shiny metallics.
Love it.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a little story that goes with it. I'm at Sarasota Toy Museum, and the guys that run that are very much about their action figures. They're really into doing like the newer Marvel Legends and all the what's the creator of Spawn, that guy, all that guy's stuff, and everything. Yeah, McFarlane. Yeah, they're really into pushing that kind of stuff on the storefront end of it, because Sarasota Toy Museum is split up in between like a storefront and then the actual museum. I told him I was looking for stomper trucks, and I had to explain to him what a stomper truck was. But I was like, yeah, always like when you get those big bins, because they buy a lot of bulk, toys and throw them out for sale. In the store, they're really concentrated on the action figure end of it, and they've just got this big, huge bin of Hot Wheels Matchbox cars you can just go through and buy them for like $2-3 a piece or something. So I told him, like, yeah, well, a lot of times you can find stompers in like those big bins of cars and stuff because it just looks like another, about that size scale of car, right? Because they do not give a crap about the transportation related stuff. I was like, I've even found that G1 Transformer mini-bots in those lots before. 10 minutes later, I go rummaging through their Hot Wheels thing, and out comes G2 Sea Spray.
Nice.
Sweet.
I was like, I told you, yeah, you gotta watch the big bins of cars, and it's a dad and son that run it. And the dad looked at me, and he looked at his son. He goes, "Man, you're fired."
Uh-oh. Speaking of
Chrome looks
fine,
pretty good on him too.
So,
Unrelatedly.
Yeah, I don't know
this
what I'm
is
gonna do
one
with
of
them,
them right here. This is a Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, actually. A friend of mine named Dante, which is Spin. I'd like to ask you a question in the chat after I share about this. So, a friend of mine named Dante was he's a small Transformer collector, but he knows a lot about. He gave me this Bumblebee right here, complete, just unfortunately missing the door. He said he'd try and find it. He knows where it is. He's just trying to find it at the moment. So sooner or later, he will be a complete Bumblebee. And let me ask this question now to Spin.
See if I can answer it.
And there we go. Skywarp is finished. Just quietly building him the whole time. And here's a Thundercracker for comparison. Same thing, different color scheme. They're both making like a strange like blue steel face, like I said last time with Thundercracker. So like this. But yeah. Nice and posable, nice and solid, nice little action figure. Doesn't transform, but yeah, now I have both Seekers. And they did eventually do a Starscream, but it's not in this assortment. And here's the, just to recap, here's the Jazz that was the first one I opened as well, so that's who I got out of this set so far.
And then back up.
There's Jazz, there's Thundercracker, there's Skywarp. It's 3 out of 9, but one of them's rare, so I don't expect to get the 9th one. I'm just impressed I haven't hit any doubles at this point, honestly.
You'll be quite shocked, for your courage, because with me, I was into the Lego blind bags for a while, and I never got a single duplicate ever.
That's interesting, because like here's the thing: I'm not a big fan of the blind box concept, because if I want one from that thing, I want to just be able to go get that one. And one thing that made me go in on these is I looked at who's in them, and I'm like, okay, there's nobody here that I wouldn't want, so I'll start opening them. But I still run the risk of hitting doubles, which I'm like, what do I do with doubles? But it is what it is, and so far so good.
So I just saw James Coleman's post was the Ghost Rider inker Mark Texiria. And I was like, God, I have no idea. It's buried. The box is buried over there. But I remembered I made a TikTok on it because that's how I found out who it was. And it was Clayton Crane, and he inked Carnage. He inked some of the Carnage covers. But yeah, still, not Transformers.
Why would you? That just doesn't make any sense, man. I tell you what, I would just slap the guy.
If I can pause this at the right time. Stop. Okay, so I'm gonna send this picture to you, Spin.
Okay.
And he dated it and everything. But yeah, he signed to the top of this Transformers.
Oh my god.
One thing I want to point out, I just noticed about this Bumblebee is that his head doesn't come off. It's like glued together, the front and back, and you cannot pop this off without taking it apart.
Split it in half.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to do, and it's really hard. I have this like little shim here.
You might need an X-Acto knife. That's what I've used in the past to split my heads for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not easy to make a replacement because you can't yank it off too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I got the box and I saw that autograph, I was like, "Oh, look at this! I got something bonus here." But I couldn't make out exactly what it was. And so I made a TikTok on it, and some of my TikTok followers were like, "Oh, I have that same autograph. It's on this comic book." I was like, "Oh, okay. So this guy must have done a Transformers comic No.
Oh man, it just makes me mad. That just makes me mad. I'm sorry. Oh.
They had a lot of random inkers, so my reflex would be like, oh, okay, so you inked like an issue in the late '80s or one of the G2 ones in the early '90s or something. That would be what I would assume, right?
Hang on, it was dated.
Spin, have you seen the chat yet?
It looks like 2013 is when he autographed it. But this guy, Clayton Crew, is a cover artist, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, variant, exclusive Eastside Comics, Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage. Illustrator since 1998, penciled until 2002, digital artist 2003, began acrylic painting covers 2017, and oil painting in 2022.
And Transformer Vandalism in 2013.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Oh, he was a Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider, X-Force, and Carnage were the comic books that he worked on. And Valiant Comic Series Rai, R-A-I, Ray.
Don't know that one.
And he did a lot of work with Todd McFarlane. I mean, he's a good artist. I'm looking at his work right here. Great. But don't have your Venom artist sign your damn Metroplex box.
That'd be like me being in convention for Cruisers Motorsports and asking someone, "Hey, do you want me to sign that Pokemon Charizard card?" What is the point of that? It just
That's a good comparison.
That's funny. Also, gruesome stuff with Shockwave and Point Blank.
Oh, what the hell happened?
Yeah, I might have been able to actually fit Shockwave's fusion can through his back and through him. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's going through his chest.
That'd be good for
I think
stop
we lost our
motion.
host.
Let me just add the flare to this actual. Let me just pull out something over here. Let me just pull out some of these blast effects. It might actually look a lot better and make sense on what the heck is happening here. Now that might make more sense.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I discovered that more recently, that you can do that. You can have his if you just remove the window piece off, you can actually it's like a straight clear hole actually through him. So I thought try to do some stop motion ideas with that.
So I was just about to say.
Yeah, I'm really trying to work on my stop motions. Everything has been very crazy and hard. It really appears as is whenever I get the breaks, basically, I don't do a stop motion, I get so much better. No joke. Speaking of, may I share one of my stop motions?
I have to compliment you. Your skill level has just been exponentially growing, man. That's awesome. Keep it up, dude.
It's usually whenever I take the long break that everything just speeds up and I get a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, I would recommend. I'm sorry, just kidding.
I was just gonna say, if you work too much in one run, you are practicing your mistakes. So it's always good to do your stuff, take a step back, and come back at it fresh. Yeah.
Speaking of, have I showed you guys any of these stop motions right here with the white background?
You can't say that you have.
Well, then I haven't showed these yet. This was my second attempt. I unfortunately had to delete the first attempt due to storage space. I was losing a lot of storage on my tablet. But this is the second test of an Optimus Prime test I did.
Volume warning.
So that was the first attempt with an Optimus I did. And all the ones, so let me just share right here. All these ones right here with the white background I did in one day. So we're counting maybe 7.
Oh.
Not bad for a day's work.
Right.
So I did Ironhide next.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wait, whoa. Wait, I can like move your guys' cameras slightly, though it's like glitching. What's happening
cool.
now?
That's
We're
a
all
cool
over the
feature.
place. Hi.
Every bug is a feature. This is awesome. I like this.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm confused.
Ricky,
That's
duck
me.
down. Duck down over here.
I'm just over
Oh,
in the
wait,
corner doing a live reaction. Ooh,
I
look
Let
at
me
that.
let me get a little bit
That.
farther away. It looked like me and Tor were leaning against each other. Lean the other way. Lean the other way. I lean against you. You lean against me, and that way we don't have to sleep with our head in the mud.
Oh, wait, wrong side.
There we are.
Gotta remember, I'm behind you guys.
We're all just scattered.
It's a party show.
It is a party
Yeah.
show. But
And one other thing with the audios, I've been trying to trying to find all the new types of audios, not trying to repeatedly use them. And I decided since Transformers Prime and Rescue Bots were a big part of my childhood, go back to Transformers Rescue Bots and take some of the audios, since the transformation noises were a little bit different than Prime's. So I thought I'd try and take some ideas and use the audios.
That's cool.
So
I like the way that you have them like support themselves as they stand up. It gives them a sense of like weight to what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't just like they use their arms and legs to stand themselves up when they stand up or sit down.
And I'm also getting a lot more. I'm going a lot more faster now with some of my stop motions. This is my 86 Bumblebee test. So I haven't.
Nice.
I have never done a transformation with a Transformer driving and then transforming, unless that was my very old stop motions when I was like a long time ago trying to create scenes from not Dark of the Moon, Transformers 2007.
Yeah. I like
A little lower. A little lower. Lower. Lower it down. Lower it down. There.
there we
There.
go.
Taking turn and turning him into Transformers Prime Shockwave.
Oh, now that's interesting. You swap out which robot it is like halfway through to make one guy change into the other. It's a very clean transition.
I tell you what, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
I couldn't see where it went, where it happened.
And then, do you guys want to see my first attempt or the second attempt of my stop motion I did a long time ago?
Okay, but
Whichever
turn the
one's
volume
better.
down this time.
Sorry again on the audio. I'm all new used to this now. I'm gonna have to get some used to this.
Yeah, we're all getting used to this.
So this is a little dark. I did this at nighttime, so this was the time that I wasn't able to join your guys' stream.
Lower. Lower. There. It's reflecting too much of our screen. I can't see it.
Yeah,
All we can see is
that's because
ourselves.
it's so dark. So let me then just show the newer one.
Lower. There.
So it's War for Cybertron meet Ironhide.
Oh, dude, he ripped that guy in half.
Awesome.
The drop kick was the only one I had closest to one of the soldiers. Like, no joke, he was the only one I had the closest one to. Oh,
Yeah.
Have I showed this one yet? Megatron versus the Autobots?
Not that I can think of. But I'm always down to see more of these.
I'm not trying to take up all the time of the stream. So Megatron versus Transformers Prime Autobots. Throw Cliftonbird like a ragdoll. Then Ratchet get thrown like a ragdoll.
I like the way you managed to get them like in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Springer beating the crap out of Megatron. It freezes in place for a moment because of this. Megatron has now been killed. And the Autobots have now defeated him finally. I took the Transformers Prime inspiration for the entire scene. So, who here has seen Transformers Prime, the Protect the Space Bridge when Optimus was still at IMPACTOR? If you could remember it.
Is it from like the beginning of the second season?
Yeah, it was the beginning of the second season. So I took the third episode, if I'm correct, that's what it was. And I took where they were fighting Megatron when they were at the ground bridge. In which actually, this scene actually does depict that right here. Another one. I see.
Will be stepping through that portal with a reloaded matrix of leadership in hand. We hold the space bridge at all costs.
And then the Autobots going up against Megatron.
Oh yeah, that's how it leads into it, yeah.
And as you can see, I had to use my computer, unfortunately, for the background, for the entire space bridge. I really wanted to create it out of, like, everything I had, but I can't due to my setup. Like, that was the only painful, agonizing thing I realized.
Huh. When you do the inevitable 3.0, you have something you can try and do.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. You have a good point.
Well, we're going to end our TelaTraan 1 segment. We're going to be starting the TelaTraan 2 segment shortly after. So Impactor, give us a shout out. Actually, the one thing you wanted to mention, who did you want to shout out before?
So for my group, my friend Dante, he has a channel called Devu Arts. He does a bunch of Minecraft stuff on there. He's been trying to work hard with his friend to try and get it more out there. So far, his channel has, if I'm correct, 40-some subscribers right now at the moment.
Cool.
They're trying to get out, and I'm trying to help them out, because this is how, when I joined your group, now I have a good chunk of subscribers now. I'm at 86. Nice. Also, one unfortunate thing I forgot to mention, actually, at the beginning of this group. So back on, I think it was Thursday, my channel was deleted from YouTube by YouTube itself. And you know what?
Yeah,
and you want to know the reason?
There wasn't one. They were just accidentally deleting channels. They actually came out and said they were apologizing for it and said they're going to restore everyone's channels that was deleted.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had no clue about that, and it said scam policies, and I was so confused. And not to mention, it happened during my group that I was in, and trust me, I lost it.
Oh yeah, it's happened to me a lot of times. It's super frustrating.
Like, it had me worried because I've never done a single wrong thing on YouTube. Not to mention, I've never had any warnings from YouTube. I've tried to keep everything kid-friendly and PG.
Yeah, I just saw it on my YouTube dashboard that they were really apologetic that a whole bunch of channels got deleted and taken down, and they're working right now to restore. I guess the last time I read it, I think was yesterday, the day before, they still hadn't gotten to all the channels they accidentally deleted.
Yeah,
but
my
they
dad
are
clicked
doing
appeal,
their best
and they appealed it, and it was back up and running yesterday. Well, not yesterday, the day before, when everything happened. I was so thankful.
It's a big thing with YouTube, and when you get copyright strikes or this happens or that happens, do the appeal. Communicate with YouTube and go through the process. A lot of times it'll help.
Cool. So as we end the TelaTraan 1 segment, Impactor, let people know where they can find you.
At YouTube Impactor Productions.
Oh, and mention your friend again, Dante. Where can we find your friend?
Mm-hmm.
At Devu Arts. He only voices it. His friend owns the channel, but he voices and helps him a lot, and I mean a lot. He does almost every character.
How do you spell Devu Arts?
DEV. Then it's a U, if I'm correct. You know what? I actually have it posted somewhere in my thing. I just gotta quickly find it. It's so painful when I have to check my things on YouTube. Like, everything is scatterbrained, and I mean scatterbrained. Let me just dig through all of it. Like, I have multiple pages of stuff from YouTube that I've been working on saving.
Close your tabs, dude.
I have closed all of my tabs for this group.
When you see some
Like, if I were to
screens,
if I were to share my screen, it'd show that I have no open multiple tabs. I'm trying to find it. This is so agonizingly painful. Now I found it. Now let me copy and paste that. And then let me go into the chat. This is, let me trying to find it. This is the channel name. Deceptikitty, I sent it, and I'll then send it into... That is his channel's name. He's also going to create another one with this name also. If I'm correct, I'm spelling crew correctly. I sent it into the group chat, the main chat of ours, the private group chat. Yep. That's the second channel that they're trying to make, but it's right now still in the works.
Yeah, second channels are tough, especially when one gets big and the other one doesn't. Yeah, I mean, you want to keep up with the big one.
You want to keep up with the big one, and then try and start the second channel, and then try and get it to boost up in popularity.
Well, I mean, not only that, but then at that point in time, you're doing content for both, and it can be a bit much.
Have I showed my? I want to show one final stop motion. Have I showed you guys my Dark of the Moon one that I was working on?
That rings a bell, actually.
I feel like I've seen that one.
The one with Autobots in the main area and city.
The hell's a main area and city?
Main area city.
Oh.
This one, have I showed this one yet? And you'll see some of the X-Men actually hidden throughout this entire scene. You'll see Wolverine chilling there. I like hid all of them through here. I hid who else? Let me just find it. You can see what's his name? Cyclops chilling there in a suit. And then I hid Jean and Jubilee. Jubilee's the one with the helmet, and then, well, Jean, I didn't change her suit. So the one right here.
No, he accidentally hit something.
What just happened?
There you go.
What just happened?
Not sure, but you're back.
That's the important thing.
Growing
right
pain,
here in
that's
the
what
helmet. In the helmet right here is Jubilee. I tried to hit him all well and good. I'm still working on the stop motion. The next part is going to be where Bumblebee's getting dropped on by the humans. And it'll have Gambit in one of the guys who jumps on him. That's the only spoiler I will give you for that, because I'm going to hide them all very, very well.
Cool. So,
Deceptikitty, did your background get dark?
Yeah, my computer crashed, so I decided to turn the lights off.
Reporting from the darkness.
It was wonderful seeing you guys again. I am so thankful to be here. Keep an eye out on my channel, because I'm going to try and do a live at least this week.
Cool, will do. Yeah, definitely.
nice. So as we end this stream before we jump on the next one, everyone like and subscribe to all of our channels, like this video, all of the videos on all of our channels, and as we say at the end of every stream, to all are one.
Till all are one.
All are one.